If you search on Google, this is the definition it shows for confidence: the feeling or belief to rely on someone or something. When you're self-confident in certain aspects of life, you feel or believe that you can rely on yourself. It's like people can confidently say, I'm good at playing guitar or basketball or at maths or cooking, etc. Now let's take cooking as an example. If you started cooking a certain dish compared to someone better than you at cooking, over time, everything they make would sound out better than yours or taste better than yours. You will eventually start comparing your dish to theirs, even though yours actually tastes pretty good on its own. But in your mind, you will always think, but damn man, his one is still better. What you don't know is that the other person is actually cheating and getting help by adding some ingredients you don't have and which are probably harmful in the longer run. Now, I don't know if this is a good comparison, but what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that watching porn does the same to you. Whether you like it or not, you will start comparing yourself with the porn actors you watch in porn videos. You will compare how long you last compared to them, how big your dude is compared to theirs, how the woman wants to submit to them no matter what they ask for, etc. Let's look deeper into how it completely destroys your confidence. First, let's talk about worldview. The objectification of women that can come with porn use can eventually make you focus too much on your standing compared to other men, especially in bed. When you watch a lot of porn, it affects your perception of women, sex, and life. In one study, researchers found that people who regularly watched a lot of porn were inaccurate at judging the prevalence of extreme sexual behaviors in real life. They thought that sexual acts like humiliation porn or group sex were much more common than they really are. This is the effect of porn. It makes you think that the things in porn are normal and everyone else is doing these things. This might make you feel left out, excluded, and not good enough. If you start thinking that your partner is more promiscuous, drawn towards infidelity, or experimental and kinky, but just not with you, it hurts. And that's the pain which the cuckold fetish eroticizes, as discussed in my previous video. It forms to turn hurtful feelings of inadequacy, inferiority, exclusion, and infidelity into sexual pleasure. Those feelings are the core of the fetish, and porn can create those feelings. Romantic cynicism. Dolph Zillman, a sociologist, wrote in his study, and I quote, "Dispositional changes include diminished trust in intimate partners, the abandonment of hopes for sexual exclusivity with partners, evaluation of promiscuity as the natural state." Do you have cynical attitudes about love and sex? By watching a lot of porn, it seems like you may be able to develop hurtful beliefs about sex, women, and society. Porn can create the sense that women are sex-crazed beings who yearn for a big penis on a muscular stud to use their bodies for pleasure. We see them screaming in pleasure, faint from ecstasy, and do anything they're told no matter how extreme. By comparison, if that's the standard by which you think sex should be, normal sex would make you feel like you're not good enough. Especially seeing women submit to men at an extent which, let's be honest, is quite ridiculous, can make you feel like you are inadequate if in real life your girlfriend doesn't want to do the same to you. Porn amplifies this concept much more, because we see women submitting to other men, reinforcing these damaging feelings of not being good enough. If your girlfriend doesn't let you ejaculate on her face or in her mouth, perhaps you start questioning yourself. Am I not good enough? Do I not fulfill her sexually? Would she let some other guy do it? Is it because I'm not dominant enough? Is it because I don't excite her? Did her ex-boyfriends get to do it? Often, the answer is that your perceptions of reality have been warped by porn. Some girls truly, honestly, authentically don't want semen on their face or mouth from anyone. Not you, not the other guy with a huge dick either. Our brains may interpret it as a personal rejection, when this is not true. Some girls don't like that. Porn makes you think being more dominant is good, and makes inexperienced men think they have to perform differently to satisfy a girl, when in fact, that is a warped perception of sex created by porn. Creating sexual inadequacy. Watching porn where penis size takes a central role will make you focus on the size of your own penis. Even if you have nothing to worry about, all porn features larger than average penises, which does distort your perception of reality. Cuckold porn may frequently involve an element of humiliation over penis size. In fact, small penis humiliation porn now exists as a separate category of porn. Every time you see or hear this, it only makes you feel more concerned about how you measure up, regardless of the actual size of your penis. It directs your attention towards your penis size and your mind becomes concerned. Whereas without porn, you may never have focused on the size or even on your penis at all. This is how porn can change you and your perspective of reality. Humiliation porn makes you fear humiliation. There exists some types of porn involving humiliation around being a loser or pathetic or a beta male. Of course, these fetishes exist by turning these feelings into sexual pleasure. It's arousing to people who have a deep-rooted fear or negative feelings about these things. It eroticizes these hurtful feelings. When they watch this porn, it makes them place undue emphasis on the importance of the opposite being an alpha male, and therefore amplifies the pressure to be good enough and the concern that they are not, which is what causes the fetish. Humiliation porn is formed from fears of humiliation and causes fears of humiliation when you watch it. So it's a self-reinforcing loop. Again, this is how porn can affect you. Porn where a girl cheats on her husband is arousing to people who fear that. It eroticizes these emotions as a way for us to escape from the pressure and give in to those painful concepts without consequences. Then, the experience of seeing this happen in all the porn you watch reinforces your viewpoint and amplifies your concerns. It makes you think it's more common than it is, that women are more likely to do that, and it strengthens your worries. Then this is eroticized and again it's a self-reinforcing loop. Your relationship can also start having a damaging effect as you start feeling more jealous and negative about your partner's honesty. Amateur porn is especially bad for this. With professionally produced porn, we know for sure that it is at least staged and purely fantasy. With amateur porn, it makes it seem so much more real because it is considered what amateurs would do. You buy into the lie that these are really just some amateurs and that you should be just like them. All of these examples are about porn changing your perception of reality, making you more worried about certain things like relationships or insecurities about yourself. On a side note, reality must be hard for plumbers, pizza deliverers, masseurs, and stepmoms. No one wants to have sex with them nearly as much in real life. Creating shame and self-loathing. Porn can create shame and self-loathing. Therefore, it can strengthen your insecurities. If watching porn, particularly extreme porn, makes you feel ashamed of yourself, like you're flawed, defective, or not good enough, that will reinforce the emotions and fears which cause the lack of confidence. Over time, you will question even what's the point of having a relationship when in the end, you will not be able to perform like all the porn actors and your potential partner will leave you for someone who can. Porn is also the contributing factor why people don't want to be in relationships anymore and are single. We human beings are social beings at the end of the day. We love our community or are belonging to something or someone. Hence why we form such strong connections with something as pointless as our country's flag. But porn has caused us to ruin our dopamine receptors and have such high wants from our partners and just not able to enjoy something simple. Anything that gives us enjoyment now has to be extreme. Back in the time, just going to cinema used to be a great day out. But now, it has to be cinema with some 5D VIP seats, popcorn, drinks, hot dogs, nachos, and meal after the movie, then a dessert too. Otherwise, going to cinema for enjoyment of the movie alone is no more fun. All thanks to our messed up dopamine receptors. In a nutshell, guys, porn is destroying you in many ways than you realize. You need to understand the depth of this. Quitting porn will reduce the extremes of your fantasies and resensitize you to normal arousal, diminish your porn-induced erectile dysfunction, and have a healthy, loving relationship with a romantic partner. You will feel more confident. NoFAP November is around the corner. You should arm yourself with the right tools and start with just NoFAP November and see how far you can push it. For those who don't know, NoFAP is basically not masturbating or watching porn. I will make some effective NoFAP techniques in the upcoming videos, so subscribe not to miss out. You were born to do a lot of great things in life, achieve big goals in this beautiful life you have been given, but you were not born to watch porn. Please hit like if you found this video helpful. This will help the channel grow and spread awareness. I will be making further self-improvement videos on this channel, so subscribe not to miss out. Thank you for watching.